everyone. I realise it's been ages since I last uploaded a video, and for that I wanted to apologise. And it actually has got me thinking about an interesting little, thought that comes into some people's heads when someone finds out that someone else is asexual, which is the idea that we must save or get a lot of extra time that other people don't have because we aren't pursuing sexual relationships or having lots of sex, which is, interesting. And it's something I thought I'd like to address, considering that I myself have had a really found myself stuck in regards to finding time to make videos and do other sorts of stuff, considering new life I'm leading, which I'll tell you at the end of the video. Now I wanted to just discuss this idea that we might have more access to time than other people would. Firstly, one thing I'd like to say for myself is that I find that any time that I would have spent perhaps having sex with someone, if I was a sexual person, I have to spend that time pretty much explaining why I'm not pursuing such relationships. I think that it's not something people wrap their heads around easily, so I actually have to dedicate a significant amount of time to explaining that to people when, it's just expected of people, and it's hard to get people to understand. And I think that takes up a substantial amount of time in order to get that conversation happening, in order to get people to fully wrap their heads around the concept that not everyone is drawn to each other in a sexual manner, which lots of people just don't get. Also, I once heard a person say, not to me, but to someone else, I've heard someone say that, well, you must, with all that time you're saving, why haven't you found a cure for cancer or something like that? And well, number one, I don't feel like I'm saving much time, but number two, I'm an artist, I'm a performer. I would know nothing about anything about how cancer works or how to fix that. So I do dedicate my time to trying to help the world in as many ways as I can. Finding a cure for cancer definitely wouldn't be one of them. Also, just because that's an area of interest for, having sex is an area of interest for a large portion of the population, I could say the same thing to any sexual person who isn't, say, interested in making YouTube videos. I could say, well, in all the time you save not making YouTube videos, then why haven't you created a cure for cancer? It works both ways, and the reason I wouldn't say that is because everyone has a different way that their minds work, that they work as individuals, and it's not something that everyone's going to be drawn to doing. And that's the same thing with sexual relationships. Some people, yes, love it, some people get a lot out of it, but other people, like myself, are not intent on pursuing it, are not looking for relationships like that, are much more content to pursue the things I enjoy doing, like raising awareness about issues I think need awareness spread about, including asexuality, including environmental issues, including human rights issues of other sorts. I could talk about that forever, but I probably won't. Pursuing learning piano properly, becoming a good actor, stuff like that. Other people have no interest in things like that, and I understand that. And I think if everyone in the world understood that in regards to sex as well, it would be great. Each and every individual has their own way of thinking, way of feeling, and I think it's very important that we all accept one another as individuals and don't try and force a particular lifestyle or anything on another person. I think that just, when people do that, it really it makes me wonder if they really think that people are individuals at all, or if they just believe everyone is exactly the same. And most people would say that there is variation between people, but they can't explain why they think someone who believes something different to them, or feels something different to them, or acts differently to them is, somehow broken or wrong, and that's an issue we need to really face. Yeah, back to the idea I said at the beginning, that I probably spend the same amount of time having to explain why I don't feel sexually attracted to people as I would pursuing sexual relationships if I was a sexual person. I think that, at the moment, if you tell someone that you're asexual, they won't understand you straight away. And I have pretty much every time I've told people about myself being asexual, I've gotten so many questions, and I've had to answer them respectfully, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I think that it is quite time consuming, whereas, someone could just say, I'm straight or I'm gay, and most people will get it straight away. Whereas I usually have to have a 20-minute to 30-minute, sometimes even longer, conversation with people, because people just aren't aware that this orientation exists, which is unfortunate, but that's just unfortunately how things are. But yeah, I think that it sort of balances out in a way, so I don't find myself having lots of extra time. I don't find it easier not having to worry about sexual relationships. I find it, I probably have the same amount of difficulty as anyone else who has those situations in their lives, except I have different situations in my lives. Lives? I have more than one life, that's amazing. I have different situations in my life that I have to deal with and explore, which I think is wonderful. Yeah. I think that's pretty much all I have to say on that at the moment. But yeah, just a little reason why I haven't been uploading regularly. Well, I got into university, I went on a holiday, I really wanted to get my interview video done with someone, but that person had to drop out. I found a replacement, that person also had to drop out. I found another replacement, but we haven't had a chance to film yet, so I thought I'd do this in between. But yeah, I've moved cities. This is my new place. It's really lovely. I have one bedroom and a bathroom to myself, and then I share a kitchen area and a lounge area with a bunch of other people, which is quite nice. Yeah, I'm no longer living in Melbourne, so it's been interesting moving out of my parents' house and into my own space, and now I'm studying acting, which is absolutely incredible so far, and I'm so excited to be here. So thank you so much for being patient about me making these videos. I haven't had much time. I'm hoping I'll have more time soon in the future, to continue doing this regularly. But yeah, thanks for being a great audience, and I'll see you in my next video, whatever it is. Hopefully interview. Hopefully, but we'll see. Bye!